Hi, my name is Brigetta Newman, and in 2019, I became a vegan, and everything that I thought I knew about food changed. Almost overnight, my health improved. The stomach problems that had been bothering me for decades were gone. The autoimmune disorder, gone. I lost 30 pounds without even trying, and I gained a ton of energy. But the best part is I get to feel good every single day. So now I help Black women over 50 who are interested in a vegan lifestyle so that they might improve their health. I highlight the connection between food and health in the Black community, and I share easy, simple ways to make healthy changes. So if any of this is of interest to you, welcome to my channel, The Vegan Handbook, where I will discuss all things vegan, including meal planning, dining out, and travel. So if I can get you to take just a moment and like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and hit notification. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. So what we're going to talk about today is what is not safe to eat. We all know that fruits and vegetables are healthy. Everybody tells us that. But how much do you need to eat, and what exactly are the health benefits? Well, the CDC tells us that we need 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day to meet the minimum requirements. So 5 to 7 servings at minimum every day to meet the minimum requirements. So what would that look like? So for instance, most of us eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. So that would look like adding a piece of fruit to breakfast, maybe a banana or an apple, something easy like that. Lunch. For lunch, the same thing. Add another piece of fruit, a pear, a plum, something with your lunch. Maybe take out a dessert and add in a piece of fruit instead. For dinner, with your dinner, maybe have a side salad with lettuce and tomato and cucumbers. That would be a minimum of 5. You would have met the minimum standard and made that easily happen throughout your day. So as time would go on, you might want to increase the amount of servings that you have, maybe increase it to 7. But the important thing is that you meet those standards and that you have a variety of different produce. You want to eat the rainbow. Produce comes in a variety of colors, and all of the color groups have benefits that they bring to the body and to our organs. So that's important to eat as many different types of produce as you can, and meet those minimum requirements. So the health benefits to that are enormous, and some of those benefits would be dietary fiber, vitamins and minerals, electrolytes, photochemicals, and antioxidants. But also, you can, by eating a diet that's predominantly fruits and vegetables, you can reverse or eliminate heart disease, diabetes, cancer, obesity, IBS, and also increase your immune system. So the important part is that you eat the rainbow, a variety of fruits and vegetables, 5 to 7 servings at minimum every single day. So let's talk about what not to eat. What is not safe to eat? I'm going to look at my notes. So let's talk about an organization called Environmental Working Group. It's all known as EWG, and it is a nonprofit organization that is sort of a watchdog group that operates here in the U.S. to make sure that corporations are not dirtying up the air that we breathe or the water that we drink, or fouling up the food that we eat. And so every year the EWG puts out a list of the most contaminated produce. And if that contamination happens on the farm most times, and it is predominantly from the chemicals that are used, that are sprayed on the crops. And those pesticides and insecticides that are used, they can be dangerous to humans. Right now, there are 374 active ingredients that are authorized for agricultural use here in the USA. And of that list of the 374 different chemicals, 74 of them are banned in the EU and other parts of the world because they are not safe for human consumption. Once the crops are sprayed with these insecticides that are designed to kill other living things, then it's not necessarily safe for us to consume those items. And so the EWG puts out a list every year. It's called the Dirty Dozen. That is of the most contaminated produce every year. And they determine that. They take samples of different produce, a big list of them, and they find the dirt. There's a certain level that they're looking for. And so they find the Dirty Dozen or the Clean 15, the cleanest 15 items. So let's go over what the Dirty Dozen, what that list looks like. So strawberries. Strawberries are on the list a lot. Probably because they are thin. The skin on the strawberry is thin. So spinach is on the list. Greens, and those greens include kale, collards, and mustard greens. They all make the list of the Dirty Dozen. Grapes are on the list, another thin-skinned fruit. Peaches, pears, nectarines, apples, bell peppers and hot peppers, cherries, blueberries, and green beans. So those are the Dirty Dozen. They take this, they make this list, they do the testing every year. And some items are, removed from the list if they don't meet the standard for having the amount of chemicals. I don't know what that level is, what their standards are, but these are the ones with the most toxins that were found. So what do you do about that? Because we want to eat strawberries, we want to eat collard greens. What do you do about that? So there's a couple of things you can do when you want to eat the fruit that's on the Dirty Dozen list. You can, number one, you can buy organic. And because it's organic, it's not that it doesn't have any chemicals, but it is a smaller list of approved chemicals that can be used for a food to be declared or labeled organic. So you can buy organic fruits and vegetables. That is, they tend to cost more, and they're not always available. Another thing you can do, and this is what I would recommend a water soak of the fruits or vegetables that you want to eat, and you put either salt in the water, or you can put vinegar in the water. But the most effective thing to put in the water that you're soaking your vegetables in or your produce is to put baking soda. And the ratio would be 1 to 10. So maybe about a teaspoon, or I would say maybe a teaspoon to a half a gallon of water. And that would be cool water. And you can let that soak for 15 minutes and that will remove most of if not almost all of the toxins that are in the Dirty Dozen, and really any produce, even if it's not on the Dirty Dozen. So that's the second idea. Another idea, or another thing that you can do to get around the Dirty Dozen, is to participate in a community garden. The community gardens would not use that same level of insecticides or pesticides, or maybe not use any. But if it's a community garden, then you can find out, you can participate, you can help grow them even, or harvest them. And so that's a great idea. It's something that is happening all over in different places all over here in the U.S. And another thing that you can do is plant your own garden, and then that way you know exactly what is in the garden, and it's there for you to take care of, and it's super fresh, that's for sure. So these are just some ideas of what you can do, but you don't want to not have the produce, because we've already discussed the value, the enormous benefit to your body by having them. You just need to make sure that the chemicals have been removed. Okay? So now let's look at the Clean 15. Let me look at my list on that. And the Clean 15 would be the 15 items of produce that the EWG, that they tested. And these had the least amount of chemicals of everything. So, avocados, pineapples. And pineapples, most of the fruits and vegetables on this Clean 15 list, they do have a thicker skin. And so it'll be a little more difficult, or require more effort for the chemicals to get inside of the skin. So that helps the consumer. So avocados, pineapples. What I was going to say about pineapples is most of the pineapples, you know, they're good. They would be on the Clean 15, but there are the bioengineered pink pineapple, and there's one company that is bioengineering them, and basically you'll just want to stay away from that. If it says pink, that's like, you know, that's not really what pineapples look like in nature. So that's something that's being created. So you'll want to avoid that. The pink pineapple. Sweet corn. Sweet corn is on the Clean 15. The caveat is that a lot of sweet corn is bioengineered. And I don't want to say a lot, but there is some that is bioengineered. But most of that bioengineered corn is being used for animal feed. It's being used to make oil, cooking oil, or it's used to make grain with. So you want to make sure that the corn that you're consuming, that you're buying, you'll want to inquire and make sure that it's not bioengineered, okay? Because it's not bioengineered, meaning it's not really the way nature intended it. And I don't think that's really our first choice for food. Onions are another one on the list of Clean 15. Papayas made the list. But there is a caveat that most papayas are grown in Hawaii, and 75% of them are bioengineered. I don't know what the backstory is to that, but you do want to make sure that the papaya that you're eating has not been bioengineered. Okay? So sweet peas, and the caveat to that is the frozen sweet peas are on the Clean 15 list. I don't know the backstory to that, but I'm going to presume that because the peas are harvested at the peak season, and then part of the processing is probably to clean them and then what's the word? Flash freeze them. That's it. And then, so that way all of the remaining or residue of chemicals has been removed during the cleaning process, and then they are frozen and now they're ready for you to consume. Asparagus is on the list of the Clean 15. And that's kind of surprising because it does have a thin skin, but I'm not a farmer. I don't know what it takes to grow asparagus. I know I like it. Honeydew melon. That is on the list of the Clean 15. That one has, honeydew has that thick outer skin, so you could see how that would be protective to the fruit inside of it. Kiwi. Kiwi is another one on the Clean 15 list, but you want to make sure that you peel the skin because that is where any residue would be. So as long as you peel the skin on your kiwi, you'll be good. Cabbage, also on the list for the Clean 15. And watermelon is on the list for the Clean 15, but it is new to the list. It just made the list in 2023. So that's good news. Mushrooms are on the list. Mangoes are on the list of the Clean 15, as well as sweet potatoes, one of my favorite, and carrots. The caveat to carrots being on the list is that that does not include the tops. So if for any reason you were using the green top, the leaf of the carrot top, you would have to clean that. You would have to make sure you soak that for 15 minutes in the baking soda solution because it did test to have some residue. So that is that tells you which foods you are safe to eat and which are not as safe to eat until you take the necessary precaution of cleaning them. Easy peasy, right? So now you can enjoy the fruits and produce, your favorites, whichever list that they're on. Just take the necessary steps. You know how to clean them. You know what the precautions are, and you know to stay away from the bioengineered food. So that's everything for today. Thank you for watching the Vegan Handbook. My name is Bridgetta Newman, and you guys have a great day. Bye.